What's happening, man? Yo, what's happening, man? What's happening, man? How y'all doing, man? How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? Uh, man, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, man. We got a great show for you guys, man. I mean, a fantastic show. Did you enjoy the show last night? Press one if you enjoyed the show last night, man. Press one if you enjoyed the show last night, man. Um, yeah, last night's show was really good, man. I'm gonna be dropping them clips in. I'm gonna be dropping them clips in the coming days. Yo, I had to stop watching the discourse on social media about this, man. You talk about something that'll get you frustrated. Listening to black folk talk about this shit. Listening to black folk talk about this shit will get you frustrated, Jack. I had to I had to stop. I had to stop, man. I had to tap out, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't afraid to say it, man. Black folk made me tap out, man. Black folk made me tap out, man. I thought I thought I was tougher than that, man. Black folk made me tap out, man. You said you never seen Gladys this mad? Really? That's interesting, man, because I feel like gliders aren't mad enough, man. I feel like gliders aren't mad enough, man. This is unconscionable, man. As much as you've given these niggas, man, for them to act like this, man. As much as gliders have given these niggas a place of refuge, a place where they don't have to worry about slavery and shit and achieving. Like, niggas don't have to sink or swim in America. Press one. It's not sink or swim in America for niggas. We don't have to sink or swim. If we don't swim, somebody will throw us a life jacket. It is not sink or swim in America for niggas, man. And we gonna do like this, we gonna act like this, man. Niggas ain't shit, man. Niggas ain't shit, man. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. You hear me? They calling that dude a bully, man. They making up all types of shit. Niggas ain't shit, Jack. When I tell you that, man, niggas ain't shit. Yeah, this is a flashpoint, man. This is a flashpoint, man. I still don't think Glider's gonna wake up, though. I still don't think Glider's gonna wake up, man. I still don't think Glider's gonna be like, yo, these niggas hate us, yo. I don't think Glider's gonna wake up, man. I think Gliders are just wired wrong, man. Gliders are just wired wrong, man. I don't think they gonna wake up, man. I don't think they're gonna be like, damn, these niggas hate us, man. They hate hating. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't know. This is a flashpoint, man. 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 Shout out to my man S Freak, man. S Freak in the building, man. This is a flashpoint, man. This is one of those great American moments, man. Like Floyd. This the only difference is white people have had Floyd. Floyd should have woken up all you guys. If any of you gliders are still asleep after Floyd, man, it's almost like you're hopeless. You're literally hopeless, man. You're literally hopeless. If any of you guys are still sleep after Floyd, I'm talking about you're hopeless. Oh yeah, I don't know if they're gonna remanufacture the same rage as the Summer of Love. I don't agree with that. I think they're gonna like be annoying as hell, but I don't think they're gonna burn stuff if this kid gets convicted. No, I just think that they're showing their cards. It's just ugly. The way that the dirty tricks black folks is playing is this ugly. Or whoever's playing them. Make sure you take the poll, man. Hey, take the poll. It's a deep one, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is a deep one, man. Take the poll.
And we're learning more about the suspect behind an hours-long standoff in Montgomery County. The suspect was shot and killed. An officer was also injured during the incident. Cheyenne, Corinne, a lot happened here.
Hi, Jason. Yes, it was quite the scene. This neighborhood looks a lot different than it did last night. Now, the district attorney's office says the suspect was shot and killed by police. We have watched detectives go in and out of this home all day. Neighbors tell us the 25-year-old lived here with his parents.
We just heard an initial shot or two and then looked out the window and saw the police outside and then the suspect in the backyard firing.
A 5-hour barricade situation took over this normally quiet neighborhood in Pottstown last night and ended when the DA's office says 25-year-old Andrew Jackson Ecker, better known as AJ, was shot and killed by police. Neighbors confirmed he worked at his family's HVAC business, as seen here on the company's website.
Oh, wow. It was a white boy that held it, that was barricade. They had the barricade incident last night. That's crazy. It was a white boy? What the hell? See, y'all? Look, white people. Look at white people. They commit just as much crime as us.
Jay was shot and killed by police. Neighbors confirmed he worked at his family's HVAC business, as seen here on the company's website.
The father of my child texted me and said that AJ showed up to our house and that he had to ask him to leave our property because he had a...
Why is Philly like this? Can someone explain to me why Philly is like this? Why, Philly? Why? Everybody hit the like button. Jeez.
He had a gun on his waistband. He did some odd jobs around our house, some plumbing stuff, and we owed him like $50, and he was asking for that basically.
Hillary Lavender says this was just before AJ was involved in a car crash on Beach and North Mount Vernon streets around 5 p.m. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office says when police responded to the scene, they found a .22 caliber gun, and Ecker ran to his home nearby on Winding Road. Once police arrived, the DA's office says Eckert fired multiple shots at police and struck Pottstown officer Caleb Whitney in the shoulder.
It was so loud. Like there were drones everywhere. Police were all over the place. They shot out the windows.
Ecker then barricaded himself inside the large corner home as multiple law enforcement agencies surrounded. At 10:45,
that white boy shot that motherfucking cop. He wasn't going to jail for that shit. That white boy said, fuck that. I ain't going to the big house. You know one of the major deterrents of going to jail is niggas for squares. For squares of all races, man. Not just square white boys. For square blacks, for square Hispanics, for square Asians. That's one of the biggest deterrents of going to jail. Niggas. Knowing that niggas gonna prey on you, you're not gang affiliated, you ain't been to juvie, you not with it, you not hip, you don't know the routine. Niggas gonna prey on you, they gonna try to have sex with you and shit. That's one of the biggest deterrents, man. Niggas, man. This dude, this square white boy shot that cop and was like, once he hit that cop, he was like, "Oh, I gotta take this all the way through, man. I gotta either kill myself or let them kill me, man."
agencies surrounded. At 10:45 p.m., the DA's office says he was shot and killed by police.
We've known him since we moved in here. We are both recovering addicts. AJ struggled with that, so we tried our best multiple times to try to get him down to the right path and to try to make better decisions for his life and stuff like that. And our kids have had play dates together. You're in this area past town, you would never think, but it just goes to show anybody can be one bad decision away from ruining their whole lives.
Yeah, anybody, man. Anybody can shoot at the cop, man. Anybody. Ooh. The Half-Life. Wow. I tell you, man. God, dope.
As all of Philadelphia was celebrating the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, Lori Puskis was only reminded of her devastating loss.
The Super Bowl, I mean, that was really hard for me.
But then again, everything reminds Lori of her son Daniel, her middle child, who was shot and killed at just 19 years old.
Every day is the same. There's always going to be something that reminds me of him wherever I go. It doesn't go away.
Daniel was heading to the Eagles game back on January 8th, 2022, when he stopped at this deli on 19th and Moore to get something to eat. But Daniel never made it to the game. His mom telling us that someone in a car nearby opened fire, and to this day, she still doesn't know why.
Who you think opened fire, man? Guys, let's play pick a race, man. Who you think opened fire, man? As Freak says, Philly people are completely different species altogether. Hey man, I'm starting to see that, man. I think we've uncovered that, man. We've chronicled that for years, man. Whew.
Daniel was heading to the Eagles game back on January 8th, 2022, when he stopped at this deli on 19th and Moore to get something to eat. But Daniel never made it to the game. His mom telling us that someone in a car nearby opened fire, and to this day, she still doesn't know why.
He didn't really have any enemies, as far as I know. So, I mean, they don't think he was targeted.
11 shots.
Daniel and his friend, who was also shot, were rushed to the hospital. While his friend survived, Daniel died just a couple of hours later. His mom still remembers his final moments. Did they allow you to go in and say?
No. And he was just playing it with his tube in his mouth.
It's been an unsolved murder case for Philadelphia police going on more than 3 years now. Lori starting to lose hope that somebody will do the right thing and come forward.
I'm sure someone out there knows. I know someone out there knows. Someone knows something.
Some random white dude gets killed at a corner store in Philadelphia in 2022. The odds of somebody coming forward today with any information on that is almost next to impossible, man. Shout out to mom, though, because a mom's love. So maybe somebody will, man. Mom is the only one holding out, man. That's what I tell you, man. Mom is the only one that's gonna be there for you, man. That's the only one. The only one that's gonna fight for you to the end, man. I'm talking about to the bloody end is mama. Your wife ain't even gonna do that, man. If you get locked up right now and get a 100-year sentence, man, your wife gonna be gone in a few years. Your mother gonna be there until the day she die, man. She gonna be there with you till the day she die.
Know something.
Lori should be celebrating a birthday tomorrow, but as another year passes with her son's killer still out there.
He said the killer been killed 4 times. The killer been killed 4 times already in Philly. Damn, that's crazy. White lives don't matter, man. Nobody care about this white guy, man.
There, the longtime educator is left wondering about the life her son could have had.
He had plans. He wanted to go to school. He told me shortly before he passed, he came to me and he said, I want to be a teacher because I see how much you love it.
In South Philadelphia, Frances Wang, NBC.
She probably teach one to kill her. Like, no bullshit. She probably teaches the killer, man. You saw this, man. I saw this earlier, man. This is sad, man.
Well, Tracy, the woman's friend told officers they had not heard from her since the middle of...
Oh, God. This mother got a heavy list, man. Tone that list down a little bit there, bucko.
Well, Tracy, the woman's friend told officers they had not heard from her since the middle of last week. Philadelphia police have not released her name. However, her family, who lives in Venezuela, confirmed her identity to us this afternoon.
The loved ones of 21-year-old Julesi Torres tell our sister station Telemundo 62 this is their daughter and that she was discovered dead inside a Frankfurt apartment over the weekend.
It's very traumatic to hear something like that, especially for a young person.
15th district officers responded to the 4400 block of Frankfurt Avenue around 12:30 Saturday morning after someone reported they hadn't heard from their friend since last Wednesday. During a search of the apartment, police say they discovered the young woman wrapped with a sheet and shower curtain and buried in a futon. She had been stabbed multiple times in her neck and torso.
It's something straight out of a movie, like something you wouldn't
Jesus,
hear
Philly.
going on around,
Philly, I got, Philly, man. If Philly was a person, I would have to jack him up by his collar. I would get in Philly's collar like, Philly, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Philly? This shit is insane, man. You can't do us one. You can't give us one. And look, man, we can't even she dead. Y'all done killed this one, and she we don't know, man, what she look like, man. God damn, man, Philly. Jesus Christ, man.
a movie, like something you wouldn't hear going on around, close to home.
Torres' family tells NBC 10 she was from Venezuela and had been living in Philadelphia for less than a year working as a waitress. They last heard from her this past Tuesday and reached out to her friends, fearful something was wrong.
Think about being a waitress in Philly, man. Like literally, like, yo, you ain't getting no tips, dog. You ain't getting no tips in Philly, man. Why would you be a waitress in Philly? Ain't nobody tell her, man.
NBC 10, she was from Venezuela and had been living in Philadelphia for less than a year working as a waitress. They last heard from her this past Tuesday and reached out to her friends, fearful something was wrong.
She was a customer of mine. She came in about a year ago to purchase furniture for her apartment.
Angel Cardona says he would see her from time to time and says she was always friendly. Hearing that she was killed and treated so horribly is devastating.
It's very tragic and mind-blowing. It's very unfortunate that happened. She's obviously a young lady, 21 years old, just starting out in life. And it's a shame, it really is. You know, my heart and my prayers go out to her family, her friends, everybody that knew her.
Yeah. Sad, man.
So far, no one has been arrested. Philadelphia Police Department homicide detectives.
So far, no one has been arrested. So far, no one has been arrested. No one has been arrested. So far, no one has been arrested.
And so far, no one has been arrested. Philadelphia Police Department homicide detectives are handling the case. If you have any information on this investigation, contact police.
Yeah.
Live out.
If he saw this show, he would be mad as shit. He would want to fight me, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That dude would want to fight if he saw this shit, man. Oh, man. He would want to fight me.
Four young girls are recovering from a horrific attack after they were stabbed and slashed with a knife and a meat cleaver. And police say it was a relative who did it. Police say it could have been worse if it weren't for the bravery of one of the victims who, despite her injuries, called 911 before police responded and shot the suspect. Eyewitnesses reported Darla Miles live in Bensonhurst with more on this story. Darla.
Why they had to shoot him?
David, there's still a small police presence at the home of that family, large extended family who lives inside of this home. They are not here now. We did speak with them, a few of them off camera at the hospital this afternoon. They say the kids are doing okay, but overall, the family is just trying to understand and get through all of this. 4 young girls and their uncle, accused meat cleaver wielding suspect Long Jian Chen, all recovering at the Marty's Medical Center.
Long Jean Chin, man. Long Jean Chin.
Monday afternoon. This as the NYPD returns to their Bensonhurst home today. Investigators now reviewing grisly and dramatic body cam video of an NYPD lieutenant and his driver coming to the rescue Sunday morning. The girls, ages 8, 11, 13, and 16, police say, were all attacked by their 49-year-old uncle. Police today now looking through his past.
You know what, though? Believe it or not, stabbing rampages against kids are very common in China. Did you know that? Press 1 if you knew that. It's very common in China for someone to go into a elementary school, a man, and just stab a bunch of kids. Like, that is, like, it happens over there. It's like a phenomenon, man. That's like a crime that is unique to them. They will walk into a school and stab a bunch of kids.
Hospitalizations for schizophrenia and his history of mental illness. It is still unclear at this point exactly what led to yesterday's series of events, but investigators say the 11-year-old girl managed to get away from the attack, locking herself in a room, giving her the opportunity to call 911. That lieutenant, hearing screams upon arrival, literally kicking down the door to gain entry into the apartment, according to the NYPD. Chen, who police say had a meat cleaver in hand, is shot.
Imagine somebody stabbing you and shit. You're a little girl, you getting stabbed to death. You locked in the room and shit. You call the police and shit. They send you this motherfucking shit. They send you this shit. Motherfucker, don't send me the B team, man. Send me the A team, motherfucker. I'm locked in the room with a goddamn psychopath trying to kill me, man. You send me this shit.
3 times, once in the head, twice in the torso. The victims and the accused suspects.
Salute the Big Larry in a building.
Who were under the same roof during the attack are now again under the same roof recovering, expected to survive their injuries. Now, there was also a 12-year-old boy inside of the home at the time. He managed to escape and run down the street, so he was unharmed. We've also learned that the 16-year-old victim is the suspect's daughter. Reporting live in Bensonhurst, Darla Miles, Channel.
And in the Bronx, we're learning more about a horrific attack that left a mother, dad, and her daughter in the hospital. And police say the killer is the daughter's ex-boyfriend. That suspect, Ramon Reyes, was walked out of the 44th Police Precinct in the Bronx just about an hour ago. He had nothing to say to reporters waiting outside.
Ramon Reyes, man. Hey, Ramon Reyes, man.
Reporters waiting outside. News 4's Gabi Acevedo joins us with the latest.
Why do New York do this? They're the only ones that walk you in front of the reporters and shit. New York is a trip, man.
Joins us with the latest.
It's really tough. It's sad.
Oh, these are sombritos, man.
Bronx family grieving after a deadly attack inside a Melrose apartment building on Sunday morning.
She's my cousin, and my aunt was the one who passed. We do want justice because it was a life taken away from us.
Investigators say the woman celebrating her recent birthday on this cell phone video, 57-year-old Rosemary Tapia Bautista, was stabbed in the chest and killed. Her daughter also hurt in the attack.
She was really happy, really joyful, supportive for the family. She was everything to us. Now she's gone.
Surveillance video shows police officers and ambulances arriving on scene. Police say the deadly attack happened after some kind of altercation involving the daughter's ex-boyfriend.
We don't know how he got there or who told him what they was at, because he didn't know the new address.
More video from the scene shows Rosemary's 40-year-old daughter carried out on a stretcher after she was also stabbed multiple times. Her cousin says she is seriously injured but expected to survive.
She's stable. She's able to write to us and communicate like that and telling us, how she's doing. She's asking for her mother.
Detectives working on their investigation have yet to reveal the motive for the stabbing, and we're looking to talk to the daughter's ex-boyfriend. The couple had a pair of children together.
We don't know who did it. That's our baby daddy, yes. They were together for a long while. She asked for her sons, and we told them they in the house, they fine.
Reporting from the Melrose section of the Bronx, Gabi Acevedo, News 4, New York.
Gabi Acevedo, shit, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Hit that like button. We need 200 likes, man. We need 200 likes, man. 200 like gustos. 200 gustos. Okay? 200 gustos. We're going to get into
Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. The story of the physical track meet stabbing is gaining attention from around the country after a 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was accused of fatally stabbing another student athlete, Austin Metcalf, after a dispute. If you're not familiar with the story, the altercation between Anthony and Metcalf reportedly began after Metcalf told Anthony to move from their team's tent. Now, according to ABC News, witnesses reported that Anthony allegedly reached inside his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happens." That same source also reports that when Metcalf grabbed Anthony to move him, Anthony allegedly pulled out a black knife and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Now, due to the unique dynamics of the story, many have labeled this a racial and political issue, with many supporting Anthony claiming self-defense. Now, the victim's father, Jeff, was one to come out on multiple news platforms to deny the situation stemmed from race and politics. Eddie Griffin would cover the story on a new episode of his series NNN, and he would go on to take the father's side. Additionally, Griffin would end up condemning Anthony for even using a knife instead of fighting.
I want to clarify something right off the start because I've already heard some rumors and gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing.
There's reports that, they were bullying the stabber, and that's why he stabbed him. If you get bullied, just knuckle up. Why is it always weapons involved with these little retarded children? You got a gun, you shoot it. You got a knife, you stab a mother. He was just talking to you.
The story appears to have many divided on social media, particularly when it comes to the issue of race.
They've literally changed the narrative completely. I don't hear anybody talking about it from the standpoint of we'll put it like this. Everybody out here talking about it just concedes that Austin was a bully. Press 1. Have you noticed that? Press 1 if you noticed that. That everyone who talks about this just concedes that Austin was a bully. That's a fact now. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Race, despite the victim's father stating race didn't apply and Griffin agreeing. Tariq Nasheed would add his commentary on social media site X and would immediately bring up how he thinks race applies. He wrote, a suspected white supremacist named Austin Metcalf, pictured with his twin, allegedly demanded honor student Karmelo Anthony give up his seat, like it was the Jim Crow era. Karmelo defended himself from the alleged threat. The Daniel Penny case set this precedent. Taking the opposite approach, conservative commentator Matt Walsh would write, if I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you had to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it. And it's time that we speak honestly about it or nothing will ever change. Another social media user, Bishop Talbert Swan, will use 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse as an example that many conservatives rally behind. He would say, y'all said 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was justified in killing 2 people with an AR-15 because he felt threatened. 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was defending himself when he killed Austin with a knife. And y'all think he deserves to go to prison? I wonder why. So what do you guys think about Eddie Griffin's stance on condemning 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony for stabbing Austin Metcalf instead of fighting at this track meet? Do you think Anthony did this in self-defense? And we have to ask, how much does race play a factor in this story? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. And if you enjoyed this story, you can always send us a super thanks by hitting the button below.
Yo, niggas have successfully changed the narrative. They've switched the narrative. Here go another one. Uh-oh.
White man convicted for fatally shooting his black wife. Murder trial of Jordan McCoy Hemming, a former...
Okay, he got convicted, man. You look old as shit. You need them glasses, baby. You look old as shit, baby.
U.S. Army service member accused of fatally shooting his wife, 32-year-old Ashley Henning, at her birthday party, ended with a manslaughter conviction, triggering an emotional outcry from the victim's family members in court. A Kentucky jury found Henning guilty of first-degree felony manslaughter for the shooting death of his wife, Jordan. Shot his wife multiple times during a birthday party at the couple's home, June 26, 2023, the News Enterprise reported. Witnesses now told investigators that right before the shooting, they started leaving the party because the couple began to argue. Neighbors even removed the Hennings' children from the home as the fight intensified. Multiple surveillance cameras from inside the home caught the fatal encounter. So how long does that happen where the murder's actually caught? They actually can see exactly what went down here. Multiple surveillance cameras inside that home. One camera recorded Jordan appearing enraged when he grabbed his handgun, went behind a living room wall and started shooting. Footage also showed him reloading his firearm once between shots, then spitting on Ashley's corpse when he was finished. Prosecutors say he shot Ashley 5 times. Now you said manslaughter, right? He reloaded. It's on camera. And he fled the home. Oh, he fled too, which is an indication. Fled the home before authorities arrived, but they found him a mile away, making numerous utterances, apologizing for hurting his wife. The arrest citation read he was charged with murder, domestic violence, a Class A felony in Kentucky. Now, during the trial, defense attorney said Jordan's actions were the result of a mental breakdown triggered by years of physical and verbal abuse committed by Ashley. Prosecutors disputed the claim, as well as friends of Ashley, who testified that Jordan was a paranoid prepper who had a hit list in the event of an apocalypse. Prosecutors argued that all the evidence proving Jordan committed the crime with purpose and intent is too strong to deny. If what you saw in that video is not evil and malicious, I don't know what is. Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Eric Carr said, "This is one of the most cold-blooded acts of violence possible." So it's set up for the jury now. Let's see. They got the whole thing. Must have been pretty traumatic to watch this, right? They saw it. After 4 hours of deliberating, the jury returned.
She's awful, man. She's awful. Golly, man. She's awful at her job, man. That woman is awful.
And I got to hug the baby. I got to hug him because I needed him to know that somebody's out here actually care for him.
New at 10, one North Memphis woman is speaking out, encouraging others to follow in her footsteps after she says a prank went from harmless to aggressive to threatening. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. But instead of the situation escalating to violence or police intervention, it was a peaceful conversation that turned this situation around. WREG's Brian Didlake shows us what happened.
Look, I'm going.
Captured on a doorbell camera last night, young people playing pranks on neighbors here off of University Street behind Rhodes College. But with this not being the first time, what may have started as a prank started to feel more like a threat. Skylar Eddy tells me that's when she felt the call to intervene.
I said, these kids are out here kicking on doors, ringing doorbells, and stuff. And I said, I don't want them to be hurt. This is my reason for calling.
Eddy says her goal when calling police was to prevent the situation from escalating to something more violent. Just last month, WRG reported around 16 shootings involving young people this year. And according to Memphis Police's data hub, within the last year, there were more than 250 incidents within a quarter-mile radius of Eddy's home. Many incidents involving assault, burglary, theft, and more. And Ms. Scholar says she was able to get a hold of one of the boy's mother, seen on her doorbell camera through her daughter's social media page. She said the next time she saw the boy knock on her door, his mother was with him.
Said, well, he's going to be on punishment, and you going to come, whether she need her grass cut or her house, you help her clean her house.
Eddy says the young boy did apologize, the mother taking responsibility. But it's the conversation Ms. Schuyler hopes others hear.
You can't be out here doing this. I said, because I don't want you to end up in a body bag. I don't want that for you. I said, because I see greatness in you.
With the issue resolved, Eddy challenges others in her community to try to...
Could you imagine if these black teens play fucking ding-dong ditch on some white man's door and he shoot their ass right now. Yo, white people, I'm gonna tell you, y'all gotta be on your best behavior. A white person can't kill a black person till this shit die down, man. Listen, a white person cannot kill a black person until this died down. Now, black people, we can go and keep killing because, you know, we just kill all the time, man. But a white person cannot kill a black person until this died down. Press 1.
Meanwhile, a 15-year-old was gunned down inside of a Hickory Hill apartment complex where the shooting happened is well known to police and WREG. Here's more from our Jarita Patterson on the complex where that attack happened that is already facing a lawsuit.
Despite this Hickory Hill complex being surrounded by an iron gate, violence managed to make its way in overnight, leaving some reconsidering where they call home.
So I really don't even want to live over here no more.
How long have you lived over here?
It's not even been a year, man.
Gotcha.
It's not even been a year, and it's just wow.
Just after 1 a.m., police were called to the Boulevard Apartments, one turn off Ridgeway. Detectives discovered a teenager shot. The 15-year-old victim was rushed away, critically injured. Sadly, he did not survive. This attack was unsettling, to say the least, especially for the man we spoke with, who says this is not the first time violence has come disturbingly close.
And the kids were in the house when my partner died in our house. The dude ran in our house to kill my partner, and he succeeded.
This is a complex your news leaders are all too familiar with. Just last month, Chief Investigator Jessica Gertler spoke with the attorney representing the family of 19-year-old Aaliyah Kyles, who police say was sexually assaulted and killed inside her own apartment last.
Let me just say this, man. And we need 200 likes to unlock the doors, man. Doors is locked, guys. Shout out to Marvin Sapp. Doors is locked. We need 200 likes to unlock the doors. Let me tell you this, though, bro. Let me tell you this, bro. Let me tell you this, bro. Yeah. Press 1 if you notice the way black women is talking about this Karmelo Anthony case online, man. Press 1. Press 1 if you notice the way Press 1 if you notice the way black women is talking about this. I mean, listen, man. It's hard to feel sorry for black women, man. Like, literally, like, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, 98% of black women think that it's just normal. If someone tells you to move, you stab them in the chest. And it's like, damn. It's insane seeing how many women, black women, think that that's just normal. That shit is crazy seeing how many black women think that shit is normal. That shit is crazy. You said testosterone. But then they want to talk about this shit. They want you to feel bad for them, though.
Partner, and he succeeded.
This is a complex your news leaders are all too familiar with. Just last month, Chief Investigator Jessica Gertler spoke with the attorney representing the family of 19-year-old Aaliyah Kyles, who police say was sexually assaulted and killed inside her own apartment last year at the same complex. A 17-year-old has since been arrested and charged. Aaliyah Kyles' parents filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
This apartment complex seems to be the epicenter epicenter of crime in the Hickory Hill area.
The attorney representing Kyle's parents went on to share her findings from July 2019 to July 2024, following hundreds of incident reports to include 5 homicides, 85 aggravated assaults, 224 assaults, 54 burglaries or break-ins, and 28 weapon violations.
And that bitch lived there. That woman lived in this apartment complex, man. She moved into this complex, man. Think about black women, man. Black woman, brave, man. She moved into this complex. Where she at? She moved into that complex. God damn. Jeez.
Findings from July 2019 to July 2024, following hundreds of incident reports to include 5 homicides, 85 aggravated assaults, 224 assaults, 54 burglaries or break-ins, and 28 weapon violations. Waking up to bullet holes is certainly not what those living here were expecting. There's still a lot that's being worked out, but we can tell you the gentleman we spoke with telling us he's now working to get out of a lease.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
For your news leader, Jarita Patterson, WRE.
Yes, I'm ready to go, man. Now you ready to go? Now you ready to go?
Some breaking news in the meantime out of Soho. What started out as an attempted mugging, we're told, turned into a slashing.
Yeah, our Anthony DiLorenzo joins us live from the scene where he spoke to a witness. Anthony.
A terrifying scene downtown earlier this afternoon, guys, after 2 women were apparently attacked at random right here at the corner of Wooster and Broome Streets in Soho, amid a whole cadre of shops in this area, which were frequented by lots of people who are visiting this area and also New Yorkers who witnessed what happened to one woman who was just simply walking down the sidewalk when all of a sudden she was smashed with a bottle and then sliced across her neck with it. She is now at the hospital in critical condition. We can show you some video from earlier which shows that broken bottle on the sidewalk. There are actually 2 of them. We're told from shopkeepers here that actually 2 women were involved at around 3 o'clock today when a man just made a beeline toward one of them who was walking down the street, smashing a bottle over her head from behind. She ran away and managed to escape. Then he set his sights on a second woman, according to police, and that is when she was slashed across the neck. He took off afterwards, and police were able to apprehend him. Here's more from a witness, a store security guard, who helped that woman put pressure to her wound.
The ladies then from across the street came out to help with some tissue. Then we flashed the car, and then everything just went fast from there. I pushed on the neck. The girls then came to help with tissue. The guy pulled over. We had tissue. We try to stop as much pressure as we can.
Again, this appears to all be at random. The motive behind it still unclear right now. We're still waiting from the latest from police as a bunch of detectives right here behind me are still gathering information. They've got surveillance video from nearby stores that they are looking at as well. But once more, the suspect in all of this, person of interest, now in custody and being questioned. The woman who was sliced on her neck listed in critical condition. Live in Soho, I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Pix 11.
Man, make sure you support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Shout out to Officer Devilcut. He says, salute, support the damn channel. Lights up, suns down. Couchman Low. Shout out to Couchman Low. Says, salute, and nation. Here's something for a locksmith. Yeah, man. Doors locked, man. Doors locked. How many lights we got, man? I want to show y'all something. This from the Frisco Police Department, man. This how dirty niggas is playing, or whoever. Make sure you take the poll, because I don't know who this is, man. This might not be niggas, man. This might be a little too crafty for niggas, man. But it seems to be that y'all feel that this is niggas doing this shit. It appears that y'all feel this is niggas doing this shit. It appears that y'all feel this is niggas doing this shit, man. Yo, check this out, man. Look what these niggas is doing, man. Look what these niggas is doing, y'all. The Frisco Police Department is aware of an image circulating on social media purporting to be a report from the Collin County Medical Examiner's Office. At this time, the report has not been released. Therefore, any information currently found online is false. So there's a fake report from the medical examiner's office. Going around. A fake report from the medical examiner's office going around. And guess who's sharing it? Guess who's sharing it? A black woman. Tarsha. It says the primary cause of death was blood was an overdose. They said Austin. They said Austin Metcalf died of a drug overdose, man. Black people playing hard. I hope you white people see this, man. I hope you white people see this, man. They said he died of a blood over. They creating fake accounts, fake medical reports, because they want to win. They know they're gonna lose the case. Niggas know they're gonna lose this case in court. They just want to win the court of public opinion. Niggas know they gonna lose this case. This case is a slam dunk, man. This is a slam dunk case, man. Oh man, we need 64 likes, man. Come on, guys. Give me these 64 likes, man. Give me 64 likes, man. Come on, give me 64 likes so I can unlock the doors, man. So I can unlock the doors, let some fresh air in here, man. Give me 64 likes so I can let some fresh air up in here, man. This is crazy though, man. Niggas is playing hardball, man. This is scary, man. Yeah, this ain't it though. This ain't it. They saying the primary cause of death was blood. And listen, black folk believe this shit. Average person that's just following this from a distance, believe this shit. Niggas is gonna win the court of public opinion, though. Public opinion, niggas got that shit. Niggas is winning the court of public opinion. They just running afoul of the law. It says Cause of death, drug overdose, primary. Blood loss via stab wound, secondary. Notes, 3 to 4 methylinidoxal MDAM, aka Molly, was found in blood of deceased at toxic amounts laced with 2% fentanyl piperdil for a life fight. Dihydrate, whatever. I guess that's fentanyl. Autopsy findings: MDMA, toxicity. Damn. That's crazy. They slandering that boy name, man. They slandering Austin name. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. This is rough, man. We playing hardball, man. And there's a fake police report out there, too. Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B in the building. And there's a fake police report. Look at this white guy. White guy says, imagine if Austin Metcalf had told Karmelo Anthony, hey, friend, move on in here under our tent so you can stay dry. Instead of, this is our team's tent, you need to move. Teach your kids kindness towards others. Oh, shit. Hold on, man. Didn't they say Carmelo Anthony was 5'9"? Oh, man. Don't tell me a lot about this, too. Didn't they say Carmelo Anthony was 5'9", 130 pounds? Press 1 if you heard that, man. Press 1 if you heard he was 5'9", 130 pounds. Because they was like, yeah, Austin, that's another reason they saying he had the right to stab him. Because they said the Twins was big, man. The Twin was big, man. He was 220 pounds, 6'1", 220 pounds. And Carmelo Anthony was only 5'9", 130 pounds. Oh, they said 5'9", 180 pounds. Yo, you can't believe nothing. You can't believe nothing niggas say. And I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. So I can't. I don't. I don't be listening to nothing. We need 41 likes, man. 41 likes to unlock the doors, man. I wouldn't say 240. I would say he could still be 180. He could still be 180, but he don't look like he 5'9". He don't look like he 5'9". I can tell you that much. Niggas lie about everything, man. God, no, to win the court of public opinion, man. Listen, who believes this boy got a 3.7 GPA, man? I want to have some of y'all up, man. Some people up who think this boy got a 3.7 GPA. Hurry up and get them likes up, man, so I can drop the link, man. It's one already, man. They lied about every goddamn thing, man. Jesus Christ. They lied about everything, man. Damn. Just some goddamn liars, man. Liar, liar, pants on fire, motherfucker. This one says, he says, everyone else's feeds just posts from BLM types talking about how the murder of Austin and Frisco was justified or just making excuses for the murderer. It's like 40% of my timeline. Nobody I follow either. Lost IQ people spreading fake police reports and fake stories. Damn. Damn. Wow, this is crazy, man. This post is from the Frisco police. This is from Frisco mayor. After George Floyd died in Minneapolis. This is from the Frisco mayor, Frisco, Texas mayor after George Floyd died in Minneapolis in 2020. But he hasn't said a word about Austin Metcalf, who died in his own city. Wow. The left still run shit, man. They still got people scared. The left still got people scared, man. Trump got to stay out of this one too, man. Trump need to stay out of this one. I know they telling Trump and Elon Musk to stay out of this one. I know their advisors are like, yo, stay out of this, man. This is messy, man. This is ugly. Listen to what niggas is spreading, man. This is a fake post from the police chief, a fake post. It says our department has made that Our department has made that clear numerous times in news interviews and press conferences. It was also not racially motivated. The victim was stabbed during a mutual combat altercation that the white teen initiated with the suspect. This is supposed to be. This is somebody's pushing this off as the police chief. It's fake though, but it's going around, man. Wow. Austin started a confrontation with the suspect by demanding a seat at the David Kuykendall Stadium that the black teen had first. Yo, the grammar's so bad. The grammar's so bad. Grammar is awful, man. The grammar is awful on this one, man. Shout out to Amazing Disgrace. He says, ready to go, looking for a white neighborhood. Yeah, man, facts. I'm leaving. I'm out of here, man. When he refused to give them the seat, an argument ensued, and Austin then sucker punched him in the face and smashed his phone down onto one of the bleachers, causing the screen to crack. The track rally did not have any assigned seating at the stadium for this event, and patrons and the suspect were free to sit wherever they wanted in the facility. God, dog, this is worse than the Willie Lynch letter, man. Jeez, you niggas are awful, man. Both teams got into a mutual combat brawl after the white team punched the suspect. And this is supposed to be the chief of police writing this. Punched the suspect in the face, and Austin got stabbed while that altercation was taking place. So the suspect did not randomly stab Austin in the heart after he was told. Who talks this much in a police report? What police chief gonna talk this much? This sound like Gossip Girl shit. This sound like some shit off goddamn The Shade Room or some shit, man. So the suspect did not randomly stab Austin in the heart after he was told he was sitting in the wrong spot, as several bloggers online have inaccurately claimed. The suspect is claiming self-defense, and the grand jury will determine if this was self-defense under Texas law. The suspect was charged with murder strictly as a preliminary measure. Before we knew any of the facts on what led to the stabbing, the charges could be reclassified or downgraded as more evidence is reviewed. We will not allow bad actors to try to create racial division in our community by spreading intentional misinformation. The exact same misinformation was also spread by the right-wing media in states outside our jurisdiction, including the Kaylee Gain case, Ethan Lyman case. What police chief gonna talk like this, man? And the Alabama boat brawl case, which got national outrage on social media due to false racial optics. And then each case also later turned. Yo, jeez, you niggas is hysterical, man. Each case later turned out to be incidents of black individuals fighting back against assaults made by white suspects who attacked them first. So that's why we are asking the community to please wait for all the facts. While this incident is obviously a tragedy for our community and for the family, the fact of the matter is that Austin attacked the African American teenager first. And the suspect was punched, assaulted, and being beaten prior to the stabbing Austin to death. Anyone who has additional information is urged to contact us. Yo, you gotta be like literally a baboon to believe that that was a police chief that wrote that. You gotta literally be related to a baboon. Like, you got baboon DNA. You gotta literally have just as much baboon DNA as you have human DNA if you believe that was real. Shout out to my man Big Larry in the building, man. Setting it off, letting it off, beginning rough till the end. Then never been in. Yeah, man. Shout out to Big Larry, man. Yo, if you believe that, man, yo, let's get these 29 likes, man. Let's get these 29 likes, man, so I can open the doors, man. Let's get these 29 likes, y'all. Damn. Your like can help us get to 200. Your one like can help us get to 200. This is crazy, man. That's how niggas is playing. Niggas is playing hard like this. It's crazy when niggas don't mobilize for shit that's important. That was horribly written, man. That was a horribly written. If I would, they should have sent that to me. I would have edited it out. I would have ripped that thing up, man. It only been a paragraph long, man. This nigga wrote 2 pages and shit in a fucking police report from a chief, man, about a case that's open. So somebody purporting to be the uncle is just it doesn't even know what's going on. Remember the uncle we were supposed to have the uncle who over the weekend was all over the line talking about he was a 3.7 student and he was a great kid. That person doesn't even know him, man. That's just a fake. That's just another bullshit account. So I told y'all. Remember I told y'all about the 3.7 grade point average. I told y'all. I said, man, nah, 3.7 grade point average don't act like that, man. 3.7 grade point average don't act like this kid do, man. Taking pictures with guns, middle finger and shit, and carrying knives and fucking track meets and shit. 3.7 don't act like that, man. So we can throw the 3.7 grade point average out the window. The dude who, the account that came from don't even know the nigga. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more like a 2.5. Whatever you got to stay, whatever you need to stay on the football team. Whatever he needed to stay on that football team, that's what his grade point average was, man. I'll say that. I'll give him that. Damn. So it's all lies, man. Everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. What police report is this guy reading? This guy saying he got the full arrest report. Let me see if I can find a arrest report. All right, here we go. How many likes we got, man? Can we get to 200, man? Can we get to 200, man? I need 200 likes, man. Bad. 16, man. 16 likes, man. Come on. I know y'all can do it, man. Wow. Man, I'm thirsty, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I'm thirsty as a motherfucker. You hear me? Let me see something. I don't want to do the police report until I get the likes, man. Until I get them last few likes, man.
Southwest Atlanta family is devastated by the death of their daughter. And now the Montgomery County, Alabama Sheriff's Office has launched an investigation into the death of Alabama State University student Gianna Grimes.
Grimes was a proud member of the Alabama State University Honeybees dance team. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta, which is where Gianna graduated from. Angelique?
Yeah, good afternoon to you both. Everybody who knew Gianna Grimes described her as a superstar. She was an extraordinary dancer who was even featured on Access Hollywood for her moves. But tonight, following her shooting death, her family tells me they are just consumed with grief. Gianna Grimes made a huge splash wherever she went. This is her Mays High School graduation in 2021. She was always a show-stopping dancer who knew how to dazzle a crowd. After leaving Atlanta, she went to Alabama State University and danced with the Honeybees dance team. She was known as Purple Doll and Strawberry. Her mom says she has lost her best friend.
She just had big dreams. That was my heart. Anybody can tell you, oh, we were like twins.
Authorities tell the family Gianna was riding in a car last week with a friend when a gun went off. Angela says the friend initially told Montgomery County deputies a 21-year-old killed herself. Now deputies tell the family they are working it as a death investigation. The family says they pray the truth will come out.
Do you think your daughter would kill herself? No. She wouldn't even touch the gun. She was afraid of guns.
9 months ago, Gianna added the title of mom to her accomplishments when she gave birth to her son, Rogers McLeod III. But she went back to school determined to follow her dream.
Press 1 if you think press 1 if you think she feels that Austin Metcalf deserved to be killed for asking Karmelo Anthony to move. Press 1 if you think she feels that Austin Metcalf deserved to be stabbed in the heart for asking Karmelo Anthony to move. All of y'all? Come on, there gotta be one person that thinks that she thinks that it was a little bit over the top. Okay, if she was there, who thinks that she would have? Whether she was dead or not before that, who thinks she would have? You said too soon up? No, I mean, it's not too soon. You too soon. Where have you been for the last hour? You talking about too soon? Where have you been for the last hour, man? Can't believe you said that LG too soon. Have you been watching the show for the last hour? I needed that, man. I was dehydrated down this morning. You said there's a 99% chance she would think that? God damn.
Her dreams and keep dancing and one day become an FBI agent. Her family and friends say they won't.
She wanted to become an FBI agent. Yikes.
No, she wouldn't even touch the gun. She was afraid of guns.
So she afraid of guns, but she wanted to become an FBI agent. And I feel bad for Big Mama. But it's just bizarre, man. People are really weird, man. A lot of people are bizarre, man.
They are working it as a death investigation. The family says they pray the truth will come out.
Do you think your daughter would kill herself? No. She wouldn't even touch the gun. She was afraid of guns.
9 months ago, Janiyah added the title of mom to her accomplishments when she gave birth to her son, Rogers McLeod III. But she went back to school determined to follow her dreams and keep dancing and one day become an FBI agent. Her family and friends say they won't stop until justice is served.
Full of life, full of energy, as you all just said earlier, super flexible, you know. She was a honeybee, which is a big girl dance line at ASU, but size does not matter. It did not stop her. She was splitting, pirouetting, doing all the things that any ballerina can do, and I think that's what allowed her to really stand out.
And Mom Angela tells us that Janiyah was actually up until 3:30 in the morning rehearsing the same day that she died. Her mom says she loved the stage and had a performance the next day and wouldn't have let anything stop her from being at that performance. We are live at Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5.
Very sad. Your heart goes out to that mother. Angelique, thanks. Attorney.
An Atlanta family is speaking publicly for the first time following the arrest of a young man who they say betrayed their trust.
Deputies have now charged the boyfriend of Janiyah Grimes with the murder of the Atlanta student who went off to college in Alabama. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart is live in Atlanta with the update. Kevin?
Courtney and Russ, we are live here at Antioch Baptist Church North. This is where Grimes' funeral will be held this weekend. The family is still putting the final touches on it and trying to process what happened.
She had big dreams.
Janiyah Grimes' loved ones cannot believe she's gone, shot to death while away at college just over a week ago. Her boyfriend told deputies it was a suicide.
Her son's father, he was the one who said that, you know, she'd done this to herself, and nobody believed him.
In the end, neither did investigators. Roger.
Oh man, I feel like I know that nigga, man. I feel like I know that nigga, man. That's crazy. I feel like I know his ass. Damn. Yeah, man. It was cracking, man. She got herself a real son, man.
Rogers B.B. McLeod, the boyfriend, is now accused of murdering the mother of his young child.
I cried because my baby, she didn't deserve that. I mean, this is somebody that she loved. When he came here, my family treated him like he was our family.
The couple met at Alabama State University and had dated for about 2 years. She was a dancer, and he, at the time, played football before leaving school before the 2024 season. Grimes says her daughter was about to.
Wow, he was 6'3", 343 pounds. And she was, I don't know how big she was, but she was.
And he, at the time, played football before leaving school before the 2024 season. Grimes says her daughter was about to break up with McLeod.
A few weeks ago, she found something in his phone, and he got mad, and he broke.
Yeah, ladies, don't be accusing men of cheating, man. That a nigga kill you, man. That shit make a nigga want to kill you, man, when you accuse a nigga of cheating, man. I don't know what it is about that, though, man, but when you accuse a nigga of cheating, man, that shit make it's something that I'm just telling you, ladies, it make a nigga want to kill your ass. Especially if you got a lot of mouth and shit and you've been bitching about everything. Especially if a nigga been putting up with a bunch of shit. Like if a nigga putting up with your mouth and your lip and shit, and then you try to accuse a nigga of cheating, that shit get you killed, man. I don't know why it's like that. It's a phenomenon, man.
Broke her iPad. He broke her phone. He tried to break her TV.
Grimes says she just picked up her grandchild, Rogers III, from the suspect's family this weekend, a child who will never see his mother again. It is with that in mind she shares this heartfelt advice.
Anytime something's going on in your relationship that's not right, share it with someone. Don't hold back.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses and raising little Rogers III. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Quentin Stewart.
Hey, we got the likes, man. Let me drop the link, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Oh, make them say, I'm gonna make them say, Link is in the description. Yeah, man. So damn, Karmelo ain't got no 3.7 GPA. Ain't that a bitch, man? I know all the pro blacks was like, yeah, man, he got 3.7 GPA, man. Here go a picture of him with a suit on, man. Nah, man, y'all been had. This nigga ain't got no 3.7 GPA. Oh, hey, listen. It says he's 5'9" on the police report. 130 pounds. Born in Baton Rouge. How the fuck could he be 5'9"? That picture right there must be taken on an angle or something, man. That picture we seen of the that picture we seen of the Yeah, link in the description box. If you want to come up, man, you're all welcome, man. You're all welcome. Here's him talking.
Nah, he low-key fast. Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas. Karmelo Anthony, class of 2025. Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas. Nah, he low-key fast. Number one, low-key fast, dude. I might have to. If you play number two, I'm gonna have to lock in. I swear. Hey, bro, how much you think? What's the score?
Yeah, he looked like he could be 5'9". He looked like he could be 5'9". 130 pounds? Jeez. He looked like he could be 5'9".
Yeah.
He don't look uncomfortable around white people, man. He do not look uncomfortable around white people, man.
They gonna try and throw deep shots though. That's the thing. I got number two. Son, you is not open, bro. Shut up. You not open, bro. Shut up. You not even open. He tried to talk like cause I got the mic on. hey, talk all that now, bro. Hey.
I'm trying to look where he keep his knife at, man, in them tights, man. Where would he keep his knife at, man? Where y'all think his knife is at, man? He said he spent too much time talking. What's up, man? Go ahead.
In his bag. He's a short D-back. Yeah, nah, it's in his bag. He's a short D-back, 5'8". Nickelback, man. Yeah, he a nickelback. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. God damn, man.
Shut up. You not even open. He tried to talk like cause I got the mic on.
Let me see. Oh, white boy had him beat. The ball is just overthrown.
I mean, clearly you know who threw the ball. It's not a glider.
hey, talk.
Oh, James Wisdom.
All that now, bro. Hey. What I say? Come on, get that. Hey. Oh yeah, D. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
See the difference? It's proven right there.
Oh,
get him! Get him! Yo! What is that? Yo! Hey, number C, what? Number one, what? What C? Come on now.
Football players are short, man. I didn't realize how short football players be, man. God damn. When I see him in like well, I see mostly pro and college football players. They be pretty big.
Grabbing, hey, we up. No, what's the number one seed? Who the number one seed? Us. Both up. Yeah. Nah, the Cowboys is over there.
7-on-7.
Right here. Let's go!
Accuracy, glider, man.
Huh?
See the accuracy, glider, man. You know. And
On
even if that
time.
kid's on time, just proficient. Come on, man.
Oh!
Just give me.
Oh, yeah. He finna get. Hey. Hey, good catch. Hey, good catch. Give me it! Yeah!
So this kid's getting bullied, right? This kid was getting bullied by a kid by a 4.0 student from another school. That's what they tried to tell us with the bullshit post and shit, and niggas believed it. This kid is very confident, man. This kid wasn't getting bullied by nobody, no white dude from another school.
I'm astonished how his GoFundMe is ridiculous right now.
How much is it now?
It's like $200K.
God damn, man. That's crazy. They upped it, right? They keep putting it up, right? I heard
Yeah.
it was 100K, then they moved it to 150, and then they moved it to
Yeah.
It's give, send, go, though.
Just,
It's not GoFundMe, it's give, send, go.
yeah, I think it's like you said, he's gonna go get time, but they're gonna give him bail time for now. But he's not gonna beat this.
Nah, this shut and dry. He killed that boy. Like this is the easiest. This is a slam dunk, man. Even Marsha Clark and Christopher Darden could get a conviction on this case, man.
That was a touchdown. Oh, I thought that was a touchdown on the first one. What's that now? That's 19? Yeah, he said it wasn't. Yeah, we just scored them. Hey, get your team! Get your team! Oh, he caught that. That was lucky. You ain't gonna do that on me, though. He know he can't do that on me. He's trying to get fried. He's not even good for real. And he got dunked! And he got dunked! And he got cooked, too. Good. Hey, come on, get upfield. Get upfield. That was the craziest PI I ever seen. They really appreciate you. Good communication. No! No! Hey, what's your name? 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 Ah! 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 No! I want it! I want it! Hey! Yo! Yo! Hey, good stuff! Oh yeah!
He's real confident. It looks like he definitely thought he was going to go to college.
Yeah, when you look at this video, this is like your standard black teenager.
Exactly.
Right on the peak of the bell curve. Like this is the standard.
Yeah, but they're presented as if like he was being bullied by Austin Metcalf, and I just don't believe it, man.
No, that's an obvious bunch of bullshit. But I think though, like when blacks watch that video, they probably just see like a kid who is not overly aggressive. And I mean, I wouldn't even say that he looks that way even based on that video. But the truth is that shit don't matter. Like I feel like any black team is like kind of a threat, low key. And it doesn't take a lot for them to flip.
Well, especially when it comes to football players, I guess. But I don't know. I played football. I knew how to calm my aggression, so I don't know.
Like this, but like based on what I'm saying, based off what we just watched, what makes this kid special than any other fucking Sun team that stabbed someone?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. He don't seem like a thug to me. I ain't getting no thug vibes. Now that could change. Now that could change over a summer too. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. And at that age, that would be when that change would occur.
Yeah,
around that age.
You get around a couple of guys, and that shit could change quick. You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm not getting no. I'm goony because goon would be too cool to do all that. a Sun team that's like a thug, they too cool to be happy and gregarious because that's kind of like being smart. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yeah, showing up to practice and type of thing.
or just being gregarious, being a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? They want to be kind of brooding and
Yeah, like antisocial, kind of like an edgelord.
Yeah, exactly. Or their jokes are gonna be more mean spirited. He was out there clowning, but he wasn't tearing people down. You know what I mean?
No, like what I'm saying. He is your standard cocky black kid. Nothing more, nothing less. Based on that video, just your average Sun team.
Yeah. So it says, the first officer on the scene was a hombrito, so it wasn't a white officer on the scene that showed up. It was the hombrito, so they can't say, of course, a white officer gonna say that, as if that's just the first case the officer has ever done with a black person involved. He says, Staley School Resource Officer Eduardo Cortez heard over the radio dispatch call out a stabbing call at David Kuykendall Stadium. FPD call notes indicate that an athlete was stabbed. The suspect was reported as being a black male wearing a gray hoodie and blue sweatpants. Oh, so he was hoodied up like Trayvon.
It was raining. It was
Yeah,
raining. So
that's true. He said, I immediately left my office and ran across the Staley Middle School parking lot towards the southwest entrance into the stadium. As I entered the stadium, 2 high school age students informed me that the victim was on the north end of the stadium by the bleachers under a Memorial High School tent. I did not identify these students. Next, I proceeded towards the north end of the stadium, visitor side on foot. As I got closer to the north end, I could see the Memorial High School tent with multiple individuals under the tent. Once I arrived onto the north side bleachers, an adult male who was on the track pointed out the suspect. I was not able to identify that witness. The individual that was pointed out to me was a black male wearing a gray hooded sweater and dark colored Nike pants. The suspect at this point was on, this is the official joint, man. The suspect at this point was on, hold on. Where am I picking back up at? Hold on. What the fuck? Is this the next one? Is this the next one that I gotta read? Okay, it was on the track at the north end. There was a chain link fence that separated me from the suspect. I gave the suspect instructions to keep his hands up in the air. During this time, the suspect said verbally out loud, I was protecting myself. So this ain't no street kid. I mean, I'm not saying he not a street kids don't snitch, but he talking already. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even getting the back of the squad car and he talking. He said, I was protecting myself. It should be noted that I had not questioned him about the incident when he made that comment. I asked him if he had any weapons. He said no. I patted him down for weapons while we were walking along the fence, and I did not locate any on his person. I instructed the male to continue walking along the fence, which he complied, towards an area where there was an opening in the fence that led off the track. While walking him off the track, The suspect also said he put his hands on me. I then detained the suspect in handcuffs, handcuffed behind his back, and had him sit down on the ground. Officer A. Ritchie had arrived on the scene at the time. I conducted another pat down of his person and then searched his person after he gave me consent. No weapons were located. While the suspect sat on the ground, I advised that I had the alleged suspect. The suspect then responds and says, "I'm not alleged, I did it." Next, Officer Ritchie and I walked the suspect to patrol vehicle 2412. This is Officer A. Ritchie's patrol vehicle, which was on the northeast gate of Cookendale Stadium. As we were walking to the squad car, the suspect was emotional and said, "He put his hands on me. I told him not to." I did not question the suspect about the incident while he was escorted to the patrol vehicle. I searched his person once again, and I had him sit in the back seat area driver's side of patrol vehicle 2412. While the suspect was in the back seat, I noticed fresh blood on his left middle finger. I verbally acknowledged that I saw the blood out loud so that it would be captured on my body-worn camera. It should also be noted that the suspect asked me, "Is he going to be okay?" while he was in the back seat. I then identified the suspect. He provided his name and date of birth verbally as Karmelo Anthony, black male, with a date of birth of blankety blank, which I ran through FPD dispatch. Officer J. Hancock arrived on the scene and remained with me and the suspect at this point. Karmelo was then checked via a school database for FISD students to also confirm his identity. The identity information he provided matched the individual I had in custody, Karmelo Anthony. Next, I was advised by Sergeant Holland to transport the subject to the Frisco PD jail. Officer Hancock and I transported him to Frisco PD jail. Again, I did not question Karmelo about the incident. Upon arriving at the Frisco jail, Karmelo was escorted in the intake area. FPD jail staff changed him out into jail attire. I remained with the jail staff the entire time that he was changed over. The clothes that Karmelo was wearing was placed in an FPD paper evidence bag. The clothes remained in my possession from this point on. Upon Karmelo being placed into a jail cell, I continued to keep possession of his clothes. I returned clothes in the back trunk area. I drove vehicle 2412 out of the Sally Port and parked the squad car in the FPD patrol parking area. Karmelo's clothes remained in the trunk area of vehicle 2412. FPD crime scene technician K. Dillard then took possession of Karmelo's clothes. I added my body-worn camera to the case. I have no further information to report. So what do you guys think about that?
Sounds about right. I think it's going to be hard for the Black Coalition to defend this.
Well, won't the defense always boil down to, white man touched him first?
Yeah. Unfortunately, some silly shows saying that. So
yeah, that's
is there
opinion.
Do we have is there just no video evidence whatsoever? No one filmed anything. It just.
I agree with this. He should have never touched them. The glider should have just never. Once he said he wouldn't move, the glider should have went. He should have just went to get security. When you're in a situation
I agree.
like that. Automatic.
And I honestly, 9 out of 10 gliders would have done that. I'm shocked. That
Yeah, and I
like
said it. Once you tell them to move or leave, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
no,
don't.
he didn't know. He didn't understand like he just didn't get it, man. Like black people are different.
I don't see anywhere where it says he touched him.
Well,
You gotta mute themselves.
didn't
That's
Carmelo
you.
say that though? That was like the first thing he said. He put his hands on me. So isn't that
Yeah,
proof
but
enough?
Carmelo, no, that ain't the proof enough. I need a
Well,
corroborating witness.
well, proof enough to the blacks is what I mean.
I'm black. I need more proof.
Okay, but you're a
Yeah.
special black. Like most will not think that. Like most will just like, no, fuck white people. Yeah, you're one of the good ones.
Thank you, Master. It means a lot to me, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I will tell you this. If someone else in there says, yeah, he touched him, it doesn't mean a fucking thing. But I know that if I was in Carmelo Anthony's spot, at that first moment when I knew I stabbed that boy in his chest, and I said, "Oh shit!" and he over there, he not moving and shit, and everybody screaming and hysterical, and I'm trying to get out of this, man. I'm 17, 18. I'm trying to get out of this now. I ain't thinking about beating it in court. I'm trying to beat it now because I'm 17 years old. I think I can beat the case now. That's why he was talking so much. You know what I mean? I think you can't take nothing that nigga said. You can't believe nothing he said. At that point, he's trying to get out of trouble. He knows he in a shitload of trouble. He's trying to get out of it. You can't believe nothing he said. It could come out that he told Austin to move. and it touched Austin. You can't believe,
I can believe
nothing.
that.
We
I
need
can believe that.
we need the other people there statements, man. And they said it was a lot of people there. They said it
The
was a
only
lot
one,
of people there.
only person you could may tell the truth. I doubt it, but if you get a good, son sister that's not from the hood or nothing, she might tell the truth. Notice I
don't
said
know, man.
I said
I don't
might.
think
I
no
didn't say will.
sister. Yeah, but I don't think no sister gonna tell the truth in this one because it's so much pressure. The pressure, the pressure from the black community to lie or defend him is just too heavy. A sister can't handle that. Sisters are conformists.
They're lucky I don't live there. Shit. I've been wanting to rip that card.
It says the victim, Austin, and the suspect, who was later identified as Carmelo Anthony. Anthony was from Centennial High School and was sitting under the Memorial High School tent. Austin had told Anthony that he needed to move out from under their team's tent. And Anthony grabbed his bag, opened it, and reached inside and proceeded to tell Austin, touch me and see what happens. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are just the facts. There's no motive, there's no what do you call it? Filler. The police gave you fact, and everybody else, all this other stuff. Oh, wow, they punched him and he touched it. That's where people getting that from. They're getting it from these fake sites. Oh, it seems like a pretty cut and dry, fast moving scene.
Austin, but still, we don't know who touched who first, right?
It don't matter, but we don't know if anybody was touched. He said, touch me and see what happens. No one really thought Anthony really had any weapons in his bag. And Austin proceeded to touch it. Okay, so it says Austin touched him first. When they say touch, are they talking about like touch you because I'm going to put my finger on you because you said don't touch you like a kid? Not kids are. Or did he like push him?
Yeah, like from the black perspective, it either would be sufficient. They're just running with the white skin touched the black skin first, so we have license to murder white people for that reason. That's it. Simple.
It says Austin proceeded to touch Anthony, and then Anthony told Austin to punch him and see what happens. Okay, so here we go. So Austin touched him. Then Anthony was like, said, punch me and see what happens. And then it says a short time later,
Yeah, I can believe
Austin
that.
grabbed Anthony to tell him to move, and Anthony pulled out black knife and stabbed Austin once in the chest and then ran away. So this was like they were both there in front of a group of people, two kids that are like, football players. The white kid's like, yo, you need to leave out of here. And the black kid's like, touch me. And he escalated, touch me and see what happens. He touches him. Nothing happens. And then he says, punch me and see what happens. So the white kid touched him like, I guess like, yeah, I touched you. What you gonna do? And he said, all right. Anthony wasn't about that life because a real son man would have stabbed him right there. You know what I mean? A real son man would have stabbed as soon as he touched him. Anthony wasn't about that life. Karmelo Anthony. He had to get hyped up. He was like, all right, punch me. And then it says that's when Austin grabbed him. So Austin didn't punch him. Austin grabbed him. And then he stabbed him.
Yeah, that makes it easier to prosecute for sure. Especially like the short while, like there's a distance in time. Excuse me. There's a distance in time between the first touch and the second touch, right?
Yeah.
So that means it's like premeditated sunman murder. Like he's basically trying to incite more contact to justify stabbing.
Right.
Any honest person would kind of come to that conclusion, especially when you take into context like he's under their tent, but there's another tent that he's from like a different team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so typical fucking son behavior, just trying to fuck with you basically.
Imagine we didn't have this show that we don't even know the facts. Thank you, Ak.
You're welcome.
Yeah, those are the facts for sure. Because before that, I think the prevailing narrative was just basically the narrative, which is going to be a pro-black one that comes out first, which was simply the white guy touched him first, and that's all most people know because they don't have Ak Nation.
Here goes something else, though. It says, this is Officer Fisher. This is another officer, the way he got from his investigation. It says, he said, the note stated an athlete had been stabbed in the chest, was unconscious and not breathing. When I arrived, the crime scene was already marked off and the suspect was in custody. I began asking people if they were witnesses to anything. I made contact with Hunter Metcalf and then the other kid, who's a black male, and they both were breathing heavily and crying due to the nature of the events. They were with coaches on the field and it was pouring down rain. Damn. So we made the decision to relocate to the locker room just to the east to get out of the rain. Once in there, things calmed a little bit. However, they were still hysterical and could not really talk. In there, I learned Hunter was the brother of the victim. I attempted to ask them both what happened. I could not really get anything out of Hunter, but the black kid stated he wanted to speak. So there goes your black witness, Mark.
Yeah. No good. You got
You know,
KB and new guy number 2 in the back.
You know, it says EB. EP, the black witness
What's
said
up,
they redacted his name. What's going on?
What's up, Ak?
What's happening? So he says, so let's see what this black witness says, man. He says, I couldn't get anything out of Hunter, but EP stated he wanted to speak. I asked him what happened. He stated they were all sitting on the bleachers under the Memorial High School tent when another male who he did not know walked over and sat under the tent. Then Austin, the victim, told this male that since he did not go to Memorial, he had to leave the tent. Austin and the male went back and forth, and then Austin stood up and pushed the male to get him out. Okay, so there you go. So you have grab, one person said grab, and another person said push. So what could be, listen, depending on where you're standing, a grab could look like a grab and a push could look like a push. Okay. Push the male to get him out of the tent. Then the kid had said during this time of arguing, the male was reaching around in a bag he had. It was at that time the male took out a knife and stabbed Austin and left the scene. This is all Blank remembered when he. And listen, everybody's in their own different space. Some people might be sitting above it. Some people might be sitting below it. Some people might be sitting to the left of it. Some people might be sitting to the right of it. And these two are hysterical. Some people might be hysterical because they know the victim. Some people might not know the guy, so they're just like, damn, that's fucked up, but they're not hysterical. So you're going to get different varying accounts. You know what I mean? But we do know that Austin touched him. So either he grabbed him or pushed him.
But here's the thing, though, too. It did say that, that Karmelo was inciting him. Like, he said, touch me and see what happens. And then he said, so I was watching a video about this earlier where it was a self-defense lawyer. He was saying that, the fact that he said that could be seen as incitement to commit violence. If you incite to commit violence, it would be considered mutual combat, therefore not self-defense. Now, if he did say, touch me, and then they were going at it, and then he tried to go away, and Austin was following him, or continuing to escalate, then maybe he might have a chance, but that's not what happened.
It does seem like Austin kind of escalated it, though, as far as yo, you can't be under here.
See?
And that would be now it doesn't mean he deserved to die, and it doesn't mean, and it's still murder. It's still capital murder or murder one, first degree murder. It's still first degree murder because at the end of the day, you can't stab him for that.
It seems to be second degree murder because it did have intent to commit murder, but he didn't go out to commit murder that day. It seemed to be something that was spur of the moment.
Okay, and if they drop it down to second degree murder, I wouldn't be upset with that. I wouldn't be upset if they dropped it down to second degree murder, but it's just the fact that murder was his first resort. Well, no, deadly. Here's the thing: when you reach for your knife, when somebody tells you got to leave somewhere, and you reach for your knife, that's normal amongst black people. That's normal amongst street people. If these were white guys in a biker gang or in the mafia, that's street politics. You know what I mean? This is street politics at a track meet. You know what I mean? This is kind of like he approached it like it was a street, like you would in the street or in prison. And a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, that those politics work in the street and in prison, but by the letter of the law, you can't do that. You can't respond like that.
So it's definitely not self-defense. That's what I'm saying. But like, like that's
Nah.
what I was saying. That's what I'm saying earlier. Like, even though Austin pushed him or touched him, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like he was egged on. He was incited to by Karmelo. Like, touch me and see what happens. You know what I mean? And then, so
Yeah.
it was it's definitely going to be argued as mutual combat.
It's just basically we got to be careful with this because this allows nigga behavior to become normalized, right? Like
Yes, exactly.
The violence in the black community is usually over arguments and petty stuff, and we all understand it, man. That motherfucker said such man shit, and then the motherfucker goes to jail for 30 years. This is trying to make it like, hey, motherfucker said such and such, so you should get off for it. And it's like, yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I completely understand what's his face? Carmelo Anthony. It's raining, you go under the tent, and some big ass white boy in the back is like, yo, you gotta get out of here in front of a bunch of people. And you gonna hold your ground, like, nah. And then he comes down there, and and then you like, yo, hey man, don't touch me. Hey man, you don't touch me, man. You gonna find out what happened, man. And stop playing with me, man. And then he touches you. You're like, man, listen, man. Hey man, punch me, and you gonna see what happened. And the motherfucker pushes you. At that point, if you a black teen, man, you gotta stab him in your worldview. You know what I mean? Or you bitched out. But that's still murder. It's still murder. You just a real nigga that's gonna go to jail for 30 years. Like plenty of real niggas in the hood.
But I'm wondering, like, what kind of area is
In other
Frisco,
words,
Texas?
it's just shockingly stupid.
Yeah.
But like, I'm wondering what kind of area is Frisco, Texas? Was he really from the
Very
hood,
nice.
or was he just some wannabe gangster?
Nah,
I
very
guess.
nice area. Very nice area. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was a wannabe gangster or if he had just, or they did say Jason Whitlock did say he started hanging with this bad kid from over there who'd been arrested. He knows the family. Jason Whitlock knows people from there, and he spoke
Yeah,
on
he's a
that.
good journalist too. Yeah, he's a good journalist. So that's another
Yeah.
thing.
He
Not to
said he
mention
started.
the kids from Baton Rouge, so we know how that is. Yeah.
Yeah, the family. He was born in Baton Rouge. I don't know how long they'd been in Frisco, but yeah, it's hard to shake that stain off. But it appears that he had turned recently because he had been started hanging with this black kid from the area, because it's not really a lot of bad black kids in their area. But Dallas Fort Worth is like a hop, skip, and a jump away, and that's tons of bad, son teens. Salute to IA, man. He says, crazy how the government forces sons into our neighborhood and access to our families, gives them welfare, and will kill anyone for even the slightest of a grievance. We are the crabs in the bucket. Yeah, we operate differently, man. We will definitely end your life. That life doesn't mean the same thing as it does to other people as it does to us. Life is just like, taking a life is not a great thing. It's not it's not something that you would say like, oh man, you took a life, man. Oh man, like to sons it's nothing.
Badge of honor.
Yeah. Man. Man. I swear, man. If this was adjudicated like by African chief or a hood chief, like something like a hood tribunal, yeah, Carmelo would get off 100%. You know what I mean? But this is going to the law of the United States. And you can't do that, man. You just can't kill a guy keeping it real. You just can't keeping it real don't mean shit in you know what I mean? It just don't mean shit in the law, in the real law. But yeah, that kid, man, he's in for a rude awakening, man. He's gonna go do like 50,000 years in fucking prison. Yikes. That's sad, man. He gonna do some time. He gonna do some time. But it's
He should get life.
wow. I don't think he's gonna get life. I think he'll get a lot of years though. He'll get a lot of fucking years, man. I don't
Like
think
50
he's gonna
years
get.
or something like that.
I think 20 plus 20 20. He may end up doing less than the 20, but I would say, as a bet man, I would say no less than 20.
Like it might be like 25 to life or something like that, or like life, but you can certify for parole in like a certain amount of years, something like that.
Yeah, and this is the flashpoint because the next one, because a son gonna kill a white person. Like 50 sons gonna kill a white person every month, and like 2 or 3 white people kill sons every month. But a son is going to get killed by a white person. The first one they can latch onto, where a white person kills a son, that's going to be the next big one, because they're going to want to be like, see, look, you know what I'm saying? Like if it could be a home invasion. It could be a home invasion where the son man robbed the stuff and then left, right? And then the white guy chased him out the house. And followed him to a gas station, and the son was at a gas station, after he had just robbed his house, and
Don't forget
the white guy
the son man essayed the wife too.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, well, you still didn't have to kill him. You followed him 3 miles to a gas station. He was out of your house, and you should have called the police. It's gonna be some shit like that. Because the son cases, this is the thing about it. Almost all the son heroes are shit stains. You know what I mean? So it's like it's gonna be like a real piece of work that got killed by a white guy, right? And that's one that's gonna be huge. This might be the precursor to the this might be the calm the smoke before the fire. You know what I mean? Because sons usually like being victimized. We like being victims more. In this one, we're not really the victim, we're the aggressor. We more, fuel on being victims. So I think down the line, look out for it. A white guy's going to kill a black guy. It's going to be an egregious one, or a son, according to sons, and that's going to be when shit just goes through the roof. Whatever you thought was going to happen for this one is going to go happen for that one. That's what I think is going to happen.
I just want to ask you, Ak, and the whole panel in general. Do you guys think that this is the turning point that gliders are going to start to wake up? Because from some comments that I've been seeing on social media posts and YouTube videos, a lot of gliders are now starting to speak out.
No.
Yeah, I don't really think so.
I'm sorry. I mean, if we don't be this tariff shit that Trump got has to succeed. Because if that shit doesn't succeed, these leftists, they try hard, man. Nah. They cut y'all, man.
So you think the tariffs have something to do with this?
No. I'm just saying, no, just in general, I was talking about gliders in general. Like certain things. It's like gliders are just down with that left shit, man. They can't turn back.
It's true.
It's a cult.
But even so, you don't think you don't think they are. Anybody else, man? Anybody else think that gliders?
I I'm hoping.
I
I
think
hope
they
it
are.
does. I hope it does.
I mean, they're not doing it publicly, but like, in the court of public opinion
Nah,
online. No,
you
I
gotta
am
do it.
seeing it. I am
You
seeing
gotta
it.
do it public. The only thing publicly I would say they've done when old boy what he called that the senator from Delaware a dude, and it's a dude, and dressed up as a female. That's
Listen,
some type of balls.
yeah, but they're doing it on Twitter. You see them on Twitter, like Twitter
Yeah,
is public. Twitter is our town hall. So like you got to remember when Jack Dorsey owned Twitter, they were terrified to speak like this. The way they speaking now on Twitter, yo,
yeah, they
they
coming
are.
out. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yo, I got this thing in the back chat when I sent it to you. It's from it's a Juice Crew area. And it's funny because that whole section, very well knows this section and Hillside. It's all Juice Crew, and probably like a couple of Italians there.
We're in New Jersey.
And yeah, and they wrote the N word.
You talking about the Liquid area, right?
Nah, Hillside,
Yeah.
and that's towards Union County. I put it in the back chat out
It's a
whenever you get
video.
to it. Yeah, it's a video. You gotta let me know if this. What do you think? Is it a hoax?
With a private chat.
Yeah, in the regular private chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna say all these are hoaxes. So I think, and the Jews, they would hoax themselves just to start some shit. Like just the fact that it's Jews, it makes me think it's
That's
a
a
hoax.
that's a
They
whole
love
Jewish neighborhood.
They've been
stirring up
doing that for
trouble.
years. Spray painting swastikas and all that other shit.
Yeah, they love
Like
stirring up trouble.
most hate
One
crimes are actually
community in New
things.
Jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
One community in New Jersey shocked by a message of hate spray painted on a street in their neighborhood. Police are investigating it as a possible bias incident. Christine Sloan covers New Jersey and has this story from Hillside.
As you can see, this is the lettering of the N word. Yeah, that they.
So
spray painted.
The faded outline of the racial slur faintly visible on Reza and Jamal Hardy Street, right across from their Hillside, New Jersey home.
It was shocking. It was shocking. It was. I was just lost for words. What I saw on the street.
The Hardys say someone walking to synagogue Saturday morning alerted them to the hateful word spray painted.
That's the person that wrote it.
Wow. That makes sense now.
I believe Jews just stirring up trouble. This is Jew. I don't blame these people. They just see the N-word spraying on them. I have no problem with these people, but I think the Jews stirring up trouble. These people don't
Pretty
seem like
much.
they would do nothing like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
to the
Hasidics
hateful
there.
word spray painted in the middle of Nottingham Way.
We never had any issues with anyone in the area. We have always been welcomed in the community.
Police are calling this a bias-related criminal mischief incident, asking anyone with information to come forward. This video capturing the hateful word we're blurring out. Firefighters tried to use a hose but couldn't get the paint fully off.
With DPW, they're trying to remove the residue off of the.
Think about this. You've been the victim of a crime and shit, and they just send you just the local police department. I remember a heinous crime to your body or your family, right? And the local police departments put a detective on the case, and you got to keep calling down there to check up on the case and whatnot. And you're like, oh, look, yeah, we no new evidence, nothing like that. We haven't, we're still working the case. We'll get back to you. And some sons get the N-word, the sun word spray painted from their house, and the fucking FBI shows up. That's gotta be, if you're a glider, that's gotta suck, man. What the fuck? They get the FBI for the sun word, and I fucking got a goddamn real crime and shit, and I got to deal with a fucking local local detective from the fucking local police department.
The asphalt.
Police say they're committed to bringing the person or people responsible to justice. The Hardys say investigators have video that may help in the investigation. The couple also saying they're overwhelmed by the support from neighbors in this diverse section of the township.
Ain't nothing diverse about that.
Well, look at this.
That area.
Look at this though. Now I may have some Indians, right? Some Indians or Iranians.
That area is predominantly Juice Crew, and you'll have like 4 or 3 Italians. It's always like that. That's always that section of hillside. Ray Wall know that area. I know that area. I had a property over there. I know that area by heart.
But last night's show, this is very interesting. After last night's show, seeing these sons, they got the fucking look where they moved. Look where these sons moved to. Couldn't wait to get around.
Gliders. Yep. And there's other sections in that town that's diverse, but they purposely moved in that section because they know that section is predominantly glider.
Safe. They know it's safe. This the worst thing that's gonna happen. Some Jew stirring up some trouble. This is the worst thing that's gonna happen. They never gonna get their car broken into by anybody in the neighborhood. They never gonna get their house broken into by anybody in the neighborhood. They may never get in an argument with anybody in the neighborhood. Just some Jew stirring up trouble. They say they got footage though. They say they got the video. So I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood has a ring cam with these nice houses. So hopefully we can catch the Jewish guy who did this.
Yep.
Loads of comments of support have been coming in, and I'm just really, really grateful. This is still home for us. Yeah. I will not let this, break us down. It's just a shame that we're here.
I will not let this make us move back around black people. I will not let this cause us to go back and live around niggas. Sorry, white folk, we here to stay. Sorry,
Meanwhile, they use that word all the time, every day.
Yeah, right. All the time. If they get in their car, if they're fucking if their radio or their music is hooked up and they turn on the car, first word you gonna hear is first word you gonna hear blaring out their fucking speakers is nigga.
We're here in 2025 still dealing with this.
The Hardys say police have one piece of evidence: the spray can abandoned around the corner in bushes. In Hillside, New Jersey, Christine.
The spray can abandoned around the corner in bushes.
That's a sloppy glider.
Sloppy. Right. That's sloppy.
Pardon me. That's a sloppy Juice Crew.
Yeah, that's sloppy. Yo, I'm talking that's sloppy. Yo. So that's somebody who knew that family lived there. That's somebody in the neighborhood.
I mean, it could have been a 10-year-old.
It seems like Juice Crew probably paid somebody to do it. It's just too sloppy.
Why couldn't you just throw it in the trash can? Why couldn't you just put it in your trash can? Or drive somewhere and throw it out the fucking, put it in a dumpster at the fucking first gas station you see. Why would you leave it in the bushes around
Well,
the road?
The implication is that it's someone from the neighborhood.
Yeah. It's somebody who probably really don't want the mayor, though. I know Jews don't. Jews, white gliders don't really like living around themselves. Jews definitely don't like living around. Yeah, this could definitely. I can't wait till they solve this shit, man. 'Cause they always
Yeah,
solve these.
I'm gonna follow up on it.
Yeah, man. God damn. Oh my God.
Well, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office has arrested 2 men for allegedly using drones to get contrabands inside the Fulton County Jail. We're talking everything from cell phones to narcotics to even McDonald's chicken sandwiches. Fox 5's Eric Mott is live outside of the jail. Eric, I mean, a lot that we're talking about. Chicken sandwiches, trying to get inside the jail. Now they're in jail themselves.
Yeah, you know, we're not making this up, Eric. You know, this is they found a package that was tangled up in some razor wire here that had McDonald's chicken sandwiches along with oxycodone pills inside. And now this all started on Tuesday when the sheriff's office here got a tip that there was a drone flying around the jail. So they fanned out, did what they call a perimeter check of the surrounding area. That's when they located a vehicle that looked a little out of place, parked in a nearby neighborhood. There's a lot of residential areas here right around the jail. Now, they executed a search warrant on that car, and they found 2 men inside, Richard Redding and Jeffrey Jenkins. They also found a drone, the controller for the drone, and a lot of contraband, including 2.5 pounds of marijuana, oxycodone pills, other types of pills, hundreds of cigarettes, including loose cigarettes, and 9 cell phones. Now, we spoke with Natalie Ammons with the sheriff's office, and she says a lot of dangerous substances and tools to coordinate criminal activity that they were able to keep out of the hands of inmates here.
This is one of the largest contraband seizures that we've had in quite a while, and so we were very, very happy that we were able to intercept all of
Some
those
nigga
drugs.
just got caught doing this the other day in Atlanta too.
You see, they get caught. This is sloppy work. You can.
He was like half retarded though. We did the story. He was like half retarded, and they were asking Mike, did he? Damn, that's crazy. Oh my God, look at this.
The man acquitted in the 2021 murder of a Baltimore Safe Streets worker has pleaded guilty to a federal gun charge. Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell was in court for today's plea agreement and joins us live from outside the federal courthouse with the details. Alexa.
Yes, Maxine, less than 1 year after his acquittal, this defendant was again arrested. This time, the Fed stepping in, and today, a guilty plea.
Nearly 3 years after being acquitted in the murder of Safe Streets worker Dante Barksdale. Eric Powell.
This dude literally was a Barksdale. Remember The Wire?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he's from the family. He's literally one of the Barksdales. And we did this story when he got murdered in the projects. He got like murdered, like, because these safe streets, they like go to the projects, try to squash beefs, they violence interrupters, right? When he was in the project, he got killed like on some like street shit though. It wasn't even like, it was hard to tell whether he was working or he was thugging, right? Nigga just bodied him right in the projects. And came out that he's a real Barksdale. He's from that family that The Wire was based on. Because The Wire was based on a real Baltimore family, drug family. And this dude right here, he got like stretched. He got murked in the projects. And there was two others Safe Street workers got killed that year. Murdered. It's like, damn, 3 people from one violence interrupter group get murdered in a year.
Eric Powell was back in court, this time federal court. The 32-year-old accepting a plea deal from the U.S. government, pleading guilty to 1 count of possession of a machine gun. The charge stemming from Powell's arrest back in April 2023. less than a year after a jury found him not guilty of Barksdale's murder. The Safe Streets worker was fatally shot outside Douglas Homes, a public housing development here in the city, back in January 2021. Months later, Baltimore police announced the arrest of Powell. Investigators then confirming he had a lengthy criminal history and had recently removed his ankle monitor after being placed on home confinement for a gun charge in Anne Arundel County. In May 2021, under the leadership of former City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, the murder case went to trial, prosecutors hinging their case on a gun found in the same vehicle as Powell. The DNA found on the gun was never analyzed, highlighting cell phone tracking data and showing the jury video evidence from the day Barksdale was killed that was difficult to clearly see. Powell's not guilty verdict coming down as questions swirled about Mosby's staffing levels.
It's the worst that it's ever been.
The City State's Attorney's Office now led by Ivan Bates, his office confirming to date no one else has been charged with Barksdale's murder. At the time of Powell's release, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Maryland was under the leadership of now former U.S. Attorney Eric Barron, whose playbook included aggressively going after repeat offenders for any and all wrongdoing and focusing on guns. Law enforcement expert Jason Johnson said this was key in keeping repeat violent offenders off the streets.
You know, the U.S. Attorney's Office has tools that local prosecutors don't have, for example, real prison sentences.
In today's guilty plea, prosecutors say back in April 2023, Powell was observed on CCTV footage displaying signs of an armed person in East Baltimore. And once stopped in his vehicle, officers found a machine gun on the driver's side floorboard, as well as 63 rounds of ammunition and a second magazine. The judge specified Powell's charge comes with a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison, followed by 3 years supervised probation, and without the possibility of parole.
Powell will be sentenced this coming July. Reporting live outside the federal courthouse, Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
Hi, I'm Maxine.
Jeez. He's some motherfucking rough niggas up in Baltimore.
Jeff, thank you. Annapolis police have arrested and charged a man in connection with the deadly shooting at a school bus stop last month. Fox 45's Keith Daniels spoke to the Annapolis police chief about the case. Keith, what can you tell us?
Well, guys, you know, the suspect in this case was identified not long after that shooting. He's been on the run for nearly 3 weeks, and tonight he's behind bars after an arrest in Washington, D.C.
Gloomy skies in the Clay Street neighborhood in Annapolis Monday, but the day brightened a bit for some residents after news of an arrest. Roscoe Jerome Jones caught, the man accused in the shooting at a school bus stop that left 36-year-old John Sims Jr.,
Guilty.
a husband and father, dead, and an 11-year-old boy wounded. Miss Ann, a longtime resident where the shooting happened, on the arrest.
And I said that was good police work, good police investigation. I was skeptical about walking on these streets.
Investigators say D.C. Metropolitan Police, in coordination with U.S. Marshals and Annapolis Police, arrested Jones at an apartment complex in D.C. early Monday morning.
Roscoe
without
Jerome
incident.
Jones.
The Annapolis police chief.
We had been tracking him for a while.
On how they tracked down Jones.
We tracked his friends. We did a workup on him. We had intelligence information. We found out the areas in D.C. that he frequented, and we just were vigilant. And then we knew he was in the D.C. area. We had received information that he had been seen in the D.C. area.
The shooting happened nearly 3 weeks ago, March 19th, on Clay Street, near Bates Street. According to court documents obtained by Fox 45 News, investigators say the two men were involved in an argument reportedly over Sims's child being bullied by Jones's child. Then a physical fight with both men put.
Oh, so Jones is 5. His son was bullying the guy he killed, son.
Generational beef.
Jeez.
Pepper spray. Before documents obtained by Fox 45 News, investigators say the two men were involved in an argument reportedly over Sims's child being bullied by Jones's child. Then a physical fight with both men pulling pepper spray before Jones is accused of.
They both pulled
the ock. They pulled the ock on each other.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. And listen, this goes back to what we talked about Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Like, they're arguing. They pull out weapons. They both pull out weapons. That's how it goes in the stand. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Like, it's normal. That's why black people usually like, hey, man, you piss me off or you talking shit, I'm going to pull out a weapon. It's normal.
Of pulling a gun and opening fire. At one point,
So he tried to de-escalate by just going pepper spray first. He tried to brakes on it.
Non-lethal. He tried to use a non-lethal force.
He used measured response before shooting him.
Yeah, the force continuum, man. He went up the force continuum. He went non-lethal. The other guy went non-lethal, so then he went lethal.
The triple dog dare.
Yeah, man. This was actually like, you know, improvement, man, for son behavior, man.
Reportedly over Sims's child being bullied by Jones's child. Then a physical fight with both men pulling pepper spray before Jones is accused of pulling a gun and opening fire. At one point, investigators say he stood over Sims as he was lying face down in the street and continued to shoot him. Sims's wife.
They stood over him.
See, he should have just gone with like a curb stomp or a head stomp instead of continuing shooting. He should have backed it down one more notch and just stomped on his head a few times like a normal son instead of being off in continue shooting land.
Damn, think about that at a bus stop and shit, though. God damn, the children. An 11-year-old got shot. So who was the 11-year-old that got shot? Was it the son? One of the son?
Wife, overcome with grief, spoke out about her loss.
It's overwhelming when you go from being with someone every night and laying in their arms to now you can't hug them, kiss them, talk to them. All you have are memories and pictures.
That is what happens.
Well, investigators are working now to bring Jones back to Anne Arundel County, where he faces several charges, including first-degree murder. Well, live tonight, Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Hey.
It's almost uplifting.
Yeah, fathers in their sons' lives, man. They say black fathers, they give black fathers a bad rap, man.
Got to give them credit for that, at least, you know. At least they were fighting for their sons, so, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So Austin Metcalf, he's a 17-year-old student from Frisco Memorial High School, just up the street from Dallas, Texas. He was stabbed on April 2nd. What is this? Today the 3rd, isn't it?
4th.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2 days ago. He's at a track meet in a stadium in Frisco. Now, Frisco is a nice suburb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened is apparently it was all about where people are supposed to sit. And according to witness accounts and an arrest affidavit, what happened, Austin and his twin brother, Hunter, come up and they asked this guy, Karmelo Anthony, 17-year-old student from Frisco Centennial High School.
Not the basketball player, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, to move from...
I know you didn't know that, but everyone in the audience is like, wait, what? Who? Karmelo? Why?
So he was sitting under the Memorial High School team's tent, and that was for the team. And so these two guys come in and they say, "Hey, dude, can you move? This is just for the team." And then Anthony, he becomes aggressive and challenged Austin, saying, "Really, I'm not moving, and touch me, and you'll see what happens." And it gets worse. And then when Austin touched or grabbed Anthony to insist that he move, Anthony pulls out a knife and stabs him in the chest.
Jeez.
Okay. He's been arrested. The victim is dead. And here's his twin brother talking about it.
you can picture what happened when, what was coming out of his chest, and y'all can visualize this. I don't want to put down my mom right now, but I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes. I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
Couldn't all this have been avoided, Couldn't all this have been avoided if there were like clearly marked sections with like signs for certain types of people to sit in one section and certain types of people to sit in another? If we just had like signs that we could put up, would tell people where they needed to sit and stay, all of this could have been avoided.
You want racially, or what do you mean?
Oh, I don't know, just whatever works best, like if it's a school that's maybe an all-white team, maybe just mark that the whites only section. I don't know. There's got to be a way so that we can avoid these terrible tragedies.
I mean, like, that area was for the kids from a certain school, so it was specially marked in a way.
Yeah.
It's just like almost like you can't even count on some people to know where they're supposed to sit or not sit.
Yeah, that was called Rosa Parks syndrome, man.
But sons don't like being told what to do, so
it doesn't work with reverse psychology, though. If you tell them not to do something, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. If you tell them to do something that's right or good or positive, that doesn't work either.
They don't. Apparently, this was the only time they've ever met each other. This is a disagreement over, hey, dude, you can't sit here. That was it.
Worst
killed
first
for
meeting
that. Ever. Has life become so meaningless that will get you killed? No prior relationship, no problems between the two. That's it.
It's funny how this is like shocking to him. Are you kidding me?
In case you couldn't understand, he said he was there pushing his hands on his brother because blood was coming out of his chest. And he was pressing on his chest, trying to make the blood to stop. He said, I grabbed his head. I looked in his eyes. I saw his soul leave, and mine left me too. It's so hard to be a parent now. My gosh, it's so hard to be a parent.
Yeah, it is pretty heartbreaking.
A friend of mine said, have you and Tanya watched Adolescence? No. Is it good? Oh, it's really good. And they film it. It's like, it's one take. The entire hour is one take. There's no edits in it. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Really well done. Really well acted.
Maybe that's
most
why
people probably won't even notice that there's no edits. But if you notice that, you're like, holy cow, how did they do this? I mean, it's perfect. And it's compelling. And it starts with the police in England breaking down the door of this person's house at 6:00 in the morning, and it's all filmed in real time. So it's 3 hours filmed in real time. And so police come in, break down the door, and the parents are like, you got the wrong house. I need to go upstairs to your son's room. Where is your son? You have the wrong house. We're just, normal people here. Here's the warrant. Get out of the way or I will arrest you. And they come guns a-blazing, and they go right into the son's house. They point their rifles at him. Is this your name? Yeah. Now he's a 13-year-old kid. Yeah. You're under arrest for murder. And the kid is just like, Dad, Mom, I didn't do anything. What's going on? Stand up. He stands up. It shows he's wet his pants. I would have too. I mean, it's terrifying, the first 5 minutes of it. And you're like, what is this? Out of control police, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not going to tell you what one way or another, did he kill or not or whatever. But the experience that you see the kid go through, then the second episode is an hour with the police at the school. And you see, this is in a small town in England. And you can see, because there's some, I don't know how they did this. It's like a drone shot that's way up in the sky, and then it comes down, and there's no edit.
No, he's talking about the other shows now. Wow. Mm, mm. Salute to okay, that's sweet. So
Glenn
what do you
seems surprised.
well, Glenn has to take a measured tone too. A lot of people have to take a measured tone about this when you're white. You got to take a measured tone about these things. You got to be very careful what you say because uh, no matter what he says, it's not going to push. This is a slam dunk case. It's not going to change it in either way. Changing the narrative. I'm trying to push a narrative or keep a narrative or anything like that. Somebody like that's what I said. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, stay out of this. This is a mess. This is a mess. They're faking documents and shit online.
Wait, what? Who's faking documents? I didn't hear about that. What was that?
We don't know anybody. We don't know. But there was a fake
was it that?
report from the medical examiner said Austin overdosed on MDMA.
Oh, really? Maybe he had 4 times the lethal amount of fentanyl in his system. Maybe that's what
No, man. this dude, they said he died. The wound to the heart was the secondary reason he died, and they're saying that the police chiefs said that Austin and his brother slammed the guy's phone down, Jay, and all this shit.
Was Austin competing that day too, or was he just there observing?
I don't know.
He wasn't on the track team. He was on the football team. He was just cheering on his school.
That seems like a good place for MDMA. It's possible.
Yeah, man. Unbelievable, man.
You and all your buddies sitting in a tent supporting your school at a track meet. What could go wrong? It's a perfect place to be on MDMA.
I'm telling you, man. Especially when you're active in the church and 4.0 student.
What could go wrong?
Getting recruited by and there was a fake post of Austin where he was like calling. They put a fake post up of him calling black people the N-word, the Sun word, too.
He's an unrepentant racist, Doc. He's actually a member of neo-Nazis.
Yeah, they've been pulling out all the stops.
In other words, he had to die.
Yeah, and what's your face? Karmelo's a really good kid. Really, really good kid. They're going to make sure of that. Here it is right here.
That Austin kid goes to the gym like Jim Crow. I mean, he's clearly a racist.
Right. Right. Here it is right here. It says 600 likes for a fake page that was gone by Thursday night. Yeah, that white, this was a fake account narrative isn't working. By now, they would found all metadata evidence proving it was a fake account made that day by, but 600 likes says otherwise. Okay, so it's saying before they took his Instagram down, somebody took this picture.
What's wrong with the picture? Wait a minute.
It says Austin Metcalf. It says, I dare one of those monkeys to show up at the track meet today.
Right on the nose.
Nothing. If a glider posted that.
No generic post about that might, call into account his character. Just a direct sort of, I hope no darkies come to my thing today. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, they weren't subtle.
Yeah,
they should have been a little more subtle with it. But
so the Jews didn't do this one then.
No, Jews didn't do this. This sons. But here's the thing. He's being recruited to Division I by multiple schools. You know what I mean? Like, why? No Division I player white player who's being recruited or who's being recruited to go play college would do that. Like, why would you do that? I'm just talking about for the people who believed it for half a second. You know what I mean?
Well, you see sons throw away their careers, their football careers for nonsense. It's not inconceivable.
But gliders don't do that kind of stuff. That's the thing.
Right.
That's
But if you're just like a base level person who doesn't think in those differentials, just like, oh yeah, throwing away your high school career, that means nothing. What do you mean he wouldn't do that? The concept isn't even there.
That's
that there would be something worth saving in the future.
Well, sons know that like gliders don't think like they do. So,
wow, that's crazy.
It is interesting though. They both have sort of posted pictures of them posing with weapons.
Mm-hmm. Austin and his brother and his father went on a hunting trip this past weekend. The weekend before he died, they went on a hunting trip.
Yeah, they're gliders from Texas, so of course they're going to be hunters.
So he's a
Probably
white
hunting
supremacist.
some people.
Then he's clearly a white supremacist.
Yeah, and this is the fake medical report saying that he OD'd on e-pills, and that was why he died.
That doesn't look like an auto-generated PDF. That doesn't look like a medical report. I like that they bolded some stuff too.
Oh man, Jesus Christ, man! I think white people are waking up, man. I'll venture to say white people waking up, man. I'm gonna venture to say that, man.
How does that? What does that look like? What does it mean when white people wake up? What do you see?
That the ones that are on the right who normally try to play it 50-50, because even you gotta remember, white people are trying, they like being right. They like being on the right side of history. They like doing the right thing. That means something to white people. So at different points in life, the right thing is different. Like, in 2012, the right thing, if you were at your daughter's volleyball game and a guy walked on the court and tried to play, as a dad, you run out on the court and fucking drag his ass off by his fucking collar and throw his ass out the fucking stadium. Now the right thing to do is cheer. So it's like the right thing to do is different at different times. The gliders always try to do the right thing. So right now with Austin Metcalf, the right thing to do now would be to accept all this bullying and gaslighting by sons and turn the other cheek and just eat shit and hope it goes away. And gliders aren't doing that. They're talking shit back online, and they're standing up and saying, no, this was wrong.
It's amazing that there has to be any debate about it or that there's any division amongst whites even.
Yeah.
But truth is, like, I don't know, you ever heard the term silent majority? It's like those gliders, I think, who held those views are usually silent, and like the other gliders, like, who are more liberal or more outspoken, because like Ox said, it was more socially acceptable, like, to go with the flow. But now a lot of those gliders who were staying silent, I think they're now speaking up.
Well, yeah, just look at the last election,
I mean, am I right, Ock? Do I have a point? Or
Yeah, no doubt. They're speaking up and they're speaking boldly especially on Twitter, and you can tell like it's on long racial lines. Like white people are matching the racial energy. They're matching the racial bullshit. And white people are like, yo, this fucking Sun team is they're calling them names and shit and calling them, all these different things, man. It's not just the N-word. It's just like they're being bold and courageous. But I'm telling you, like, here's my hypothesis, man.
It's all going according to plan.
There's going to be a case where a white guy kills a black guy soon. Because, and it's going to be an egregious case. You know what I'm saying? Like the black guys will be dead wrong. But there's going to be like something like where the white guy could have not killed him. you could see a way where the white guy could have, like, you know what I mean, let it slide or something, or called the police. It's gonna be like, why did you call the police or something? You know.
I gotta ask you this because this has been on my mind. Usually, a crime like this would be swept under the rug. I mean, after all, how many times have sons killed gliders and it's never been reported nationally?
Exactly.
Why now and why this?
Because Trump. Gliders are
Yeah,
the
and also
right,
Elon too. Yeah.
Elon and Trump. Yeah, this is solely because of them. That's why I'm glad they're staying out of it, because they've already done enough. They've done enough. You know what I mean? They don't need this. They don't need to inject themselves into this. They just let this go away. They just ignore this.
And you know what? Like, if it keeps going in this momentum, I think gliders are definitely waking up. I think Elon buying, like, getting Twitter and making that free speech platform is definitely helping out, because before, a lot of those gliders, those right wingers, they would be on their own little private blogs or something in their own echo chambers. Because now X or Twitter is more mainstream, they're posting over there, they're getting more exposure, you know. And I think now is definitely the time where the glider awakening definitely can happen.
We'll have to wait and see what AOC has to say about it. What has she said? What has the left said about this? The official
most of the politicians have stayed out of this one, and I think that's smart on the left too, to stay out of this one, because they're dead wrong. Like and they're already caping for El Salvadorian or Venezuelan gangbangers to be let back in the country. So it's like, I think they smart too for leaving this one alone. But this is I don't think this is the big one. I think this is the one before the big one. The big racial event that's gonna, like, tear the country, like, apart.
How do you think it's going to divide? I mean, other than the long, what's the nature of the conflict look like when the big one comes?
Like this, but in spades. Like this,
will it involve police?
Huh? No. Well, why would it involve police? I mean, it would involve. It would involve. You see what Tesla? You see how they're doing with Tesla?
Just the demonstrations,
No, just how bold the left is. Like, they're keying people's cars. They're keying Tesla owners. The left is very emboldened right now, and white liberals are very emboldened right now, right? So, like, if there's a case where a white guy killed a black guy, it is egregious, or it wasn't really, it doesn't pass the smell test, and white people are like, no, this is, he did the right thing, and then blacks and white liberals take the other side. I think that because now the blacks will be the victims and not the aggressors, they'll be right in their wheelhouse, and they'll start, they may, protest, or they may do something up the ante, take it up the ante, maybe even start getting violent towards whites, or because usually the way blacks respond to white violence is with protest. Or when they're upset. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was gonna let you finish, but, like, if you're gonna let me speak, I have a question for you. Do you think if something kicks off, do you think the black hatred is gonna be so bad that they're gonna even start turning against white liberals simply because they're white?
Of course.
Oh yeah, white. Yeah. White is white. White is white. Yeah.
So that'll definitely.
White liberals need to learn that. Go ahead.
So that'll definitely push the white liberals maybe on our side.
No. White liberals are always going to be on that side, because that's their, they're hardliners. They're never going to come on the side with the right. They know the blacks are like, they kind of look at the blacks as kind of like, kids, and or like, like, just, they're like, if the blacks turn on them, it's like, it's all right, they just the blacks doing what the blacks do. They're not like taking it really seriously, but they still need to use the blacks. So they'll forget, they're using the blacks as useful idiots, right? So sometimes the idiot is gonna, turn on you, and whatever. You just gotta deal with it. But you'll use them again. You need them to use them again in the future. You just, let it slide. I don't think anything can make white liberals turn conservative. No. But here's the thing. This next one, when it happens, it's gonna be like it's gonna have to pull like players, NBA players, and you know what I mean, and celebrities speaking on it, and then because you ain't really even heard no celebrities really speaking on this one, you haven't heard black celebrities talking about this, you know what I mean, so it's this is not the one.
The ones who did were desperate for attention.
What celebrity spoke on this?
That comedian in the video you showed earlier.
Oh, Eddie Griffin. Yeah, but
that guy.
He's crazy.
He took a measured tone too, though. He wasn't like on some Negro shit. He just told him, you know what I'm saying, fight, knuckle up, don't pull a weapon. But there hasn't been like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith and shit like that, and LeBron James. When when the one happens, they're gonna speak on it. Are you gonna turn on Sports Center to hear about the game you watched last night, and they're gonna be talking about that?
And they're aware of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every black person is aware of this one. Every white person is aware. There's nobody who doesn't know about this case. Everyone knows about this case.
We're just waiting for our next opportunity to feel racial shame.
Yeah, we're not the victims. We're the aggressors on this one. We can't. We got to be the victims. That's the way America has been. That's how it's been. That's kind of like the dance we do. Wait for the blacks to be the victims. Then we get to act up. We get to chimp out and act up. We can't really act up now because regardless of if he got pushed or shoved or phone broken, he plunged the knife into that white kid's chest. So what we can do now is just disparage the white kid's name and slander the white kid. But if when y'all victimize us, we get to burn down the Wendy's in the AutoZone.
Make sure they don't do Popeyes.
Think about it. Where's Benjamin Crump? You don't see him. You think Benjamin Crump don't know about this? Come on. He's nowhere to be found.
But let's just hope that young Austin was transphobic so this can all be swept under the rug. It doesn't have to come to a racial pinnacle.
Well, he's religious. He was very, very active in his church. I mean, very active in the church. Like on some dude, get a life type shit. So that could be seen as being, anti-LGBT because you know what the Bible says about all that stuff. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts, man? Hold on, let me see this. Let me read this. Shot Red says, make the panel watch White People Don't Care. The Boondocks creator speech, he was right. Oh, yeah. 20 years ago, yeah.
What does he say? White people don't care about what?
Play it
out. That was a beautiful speech.
Play it for the crowd. Anybody who didn't see it.
I don't understand. What do white people do wrong this time?
What's his name?
Don't worry, he said
Aaron Magruder.
Aaron Magruder, yeah.
Gliders, no.
Yeah, Aaron Magruder. Let me see.
That's a classic, man. That speech made me.
Is that saying that white people don't care, or is it calling
the
notion?
Nah. Just listen to it. But it was a good speech. It just went in and out of son's ears.
Well, nobody heard it really at that time because this was before social media. It's kind of like resurfaced. This was on C-SPAN too, wasn't it?
It was on what's the name? That guy from BET. He used to be in BET. The Summit or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, Teen Summit. No, this is C-SPAN. C-SPAN.
So he was wrong.
Okay. No, just hear it out.
For real. part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that Black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating Black people or not hating Black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you. I don't care how many of you all go to jail. I don't care at all, because I'm broke. You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool. How would they know? How would they know you're not a damn fool? They're gonna talk to you? Yeah, right. This is what we're facing. Now, this was not a very motivational speech because I'm not a motivational speaker. I gotta be honest. So wait, that don't matter to me. I'm a critic. That's what I do for a living. I'm not here to tell you you can do it, because you know what? Maybe you just can't do it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I hope you can do it. I hope to God you can do it. You better do it. Because if you don't, will you suffer? Yeah. But your kids are gonna catch hell. You guys are shit. It. Don't think about Jesse. Don't think about Al. They will not be there.
This looks like the black face of white supremacy if I've ever seen it.
That's fucking true.
Yeah, black card revoked.
But 10 years, that was 20 years ago, right? I think he was off base because the white people were not fed up with us.
It's pre-social media, though. Like you said, I mean, social media has had such an effect on shaping people's ideology. And
I think it's more prophetic than anything, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. It's just that it didn't catch on when he spotted it because.
No, someday in the future, he'll be right, but I mean, not yet. He's not right. He's not right yet. He'll be a prophet one day in the future. Any final thoughts, man?
Good on my end.
I want to thank the great and powerful Yakub.
Same black time. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't forget anybody before I get off. Salute to G and B, man. She says thanks for keeping it real up. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Rookie, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Salute to Eric S, man, Ock Nation Hall of Famer, coming through once again. Salute to Barry B, coming through once again, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace out.
Salute.